last 4 episodes, my husband Michael Cazayoux took over, but I'm taking my show back and I'm answering some Q&As today all about freedom when it comes to your nutrition. For this question, this is where having a nutrition coach is really helpful because I have so many questions for whoever feels this way or would ask this type of question. Like 1, what's going on in your life that maybe is not necessarily nutrition related that's making you feel like you have a weak spot coming up? How's your sleep? What's your stress like? How are you managing your relationships in your life? All of that type of stuff can contribute to making you feel like you're going to have a weaker moment and you're trying to put off a binge. Another thing might be, do you have any trigger foods that are around your house? If you have things all over your house that are tempting you and you've been resisting, your willpower is eventually going to give up. So it might be worth it to do a little audit of your kitchen, take out any of those trigger foods or anything that's really tempting you to be weak in your diet or resist those temptations. That would be also really helpful. For some people that are in this situation, it would be worth it to take a day off of being really on top of your nutrition, but still making similar food choices. This is not an excuse to just go completely overboard, have an entire pizza and a tub of ice cream, but maybe just the mental break of logging in a tracking app or having to weigh and measure your food. It might be just enough of a break to get you remotivated and light a fire for you to be more precise with your nutrition again. For some people that really enjoy the control of tracking their nutrition, taking that break might actually spiral you into a habit of, oh, well, I took this break, I want to have another one and I want to have another one, which can lead to that binging cycle. So it really depends on who you are. That's why I would really recommend just talking it out with somebody that you trust, somebody that's going to be really objective with you. A nutrition coach at Working Against Gravity could be that perfect person, but if you aren't working with us, definitely ask a friend, your husband, or somebody that you really respect their opinion. They're going to be honest with you, but also kind and compassionate at the same time. This question is super similar to the first question, a little bit different. We're kind of more tackling the long-term dieting. You're just a little bit exhausted, tired. I like to call this macro fatigue if you've been tracking your macros, and a little different than if you're just feeling a little bit weak and you're trying to avoid a binge. I do recommend taking diet breaks every once in a while. Dieting can be exhausting. It's a lot on you mentally. You have to think about your food a lot of the time. If you're weighing and measuring your food, that can be a chore within itself. If you're the kind of person who feels like, that's just weighing on you and it's adding stress to your life, I would definitely recommend taking a diet break. Often when you do take a diet break, like I said in the first answer, you still want to eat very similarly to what you were eating before. Just because you're not weighing and measuring your food or tracking your nutrition doesn't mean that all of a sudden a huge slice of cheesecake is going to fit into your nutrition plan. This is not the opportunity to just eat a bunch of things that you know don't necessarily help you achieve your goals. It's just an opportunity to take a break mentally from the day-to-day thinking about your food, weighing and measuring things, and tracking things. It's also an opportunity for you to utilize the skills and habits that you've learned after tracking and monitoring your nutrition pretty precisely. You learn portion sizes, you learn what works for you, you learn what you should eat before and after your workouts. Use all of that education that you've learned and put it into practice so you can tell just exactly how you're doing after being precise for a really long time. Most times you take this break and you're just ready to get back to being dialed in with your nutrition. You're ready to feel, just like you're absolutely in control, and it's a great way to light that fire again so that you're not feeling like you're totally burnt out. For some people, getting re-energized after taking a diet break just comes super naturally to them. They're really fired up, they're ready to get back to it, and they're just right on it and don't need any extra motivation. But for some other people, it's kind of like when you go to school, you take a long break from school, and then getting back into studying for school is just so much harder than it was the first time because you kind of know what you're about to do and how much work it's about to require. So there's this little bit of resistance that you don't want to get right back into it, and you're kind of enjoying all of this freedom. So what I would recommend to light that fire and get you motivated again is to remind yourself of why you're doing this. Take a second, think about what your goals are, reevaluate what you're looking to achieve, and then when you're really centered in why you're doing this and monitoring the progress that you're going to see and looking forward to that progress, whether it's the outcome, like I'm going to win a certain type of competition, lift a certain amount of weight, qualify for a certain type of event, or be in a photo shoot and just look amazing for that photo shoot, or in my wedding dress per se, that can really motivate you with something tangible instead of just, I'm gonna dial back in my nutrition, which is a lot of hard work without any real reason to do that. So I would definitely recommend getting recentered and grounded with why you want to dial your nutrition in the first place. Dieting is hard work. Being dialed in with your nutrition takes a lot of discipline and effort. So first, congratulations for doing that. And second, everyone needs a break once in a while. So I hope these questions and answers could help you realize how you can take that break without completely derailing all of your progress.